Amount of people here. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We have a really good amount here today. So welcome everyone. My name is Vanessa Rubenfeld. I am a BHMT Career Development Coach and welcome to Career Development 101. So happy Career Development Month. We are kicking off our presentation series for Career Development Month today, November 1st. Can't believe it's November, but welcome everybody. I also want to introduce Megan Tate, who is our lead outreach implementation specialist. She will be here to answer any questions you may have in the chat. I'll leave a few minutes at the end as well to answer any other questions. So we will have a lot of time in the end, hopefully at least 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes at the end to answer questions because we do have a big group here today. We will be recording, as I mentioned, this for anyone who can't make it, or if you'd like to refer back to this. Just the chat portion won't be recorded, but we will have everything sent to you at the completion of the workshop series. The link will be sent and you'll be able to view the recording. So they will be available on our YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. But welcome everyone. We are going to go ahead and get started. And also, if everyone could keep themselves on mute, that would be great. Just for the benefit of everyone here, I think that'd be really helpful. Thanks, everyone. All right, so this is our agenda for today. So the first piece is really just helping us understand what is a job versus career. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty details of that. And the second piece is helping us understand what career development is and taking you through that process. The third piece is understanding the top 5 benefits of career coaching and how a career development coach can partner with you to help maximize your BHMT benefits here. And also the fourth piece is understanding how to get started with our benefits. And we're going to share some QR codes and a lot of great information and steps to move forward in the process. So I'm super excited to have everyone here today. All right, so let's get started with job versus career. So a lot of us have many jobs throughout our lifetime. And so we're probably wondering, what's the difference between a job versus career? Aren't they the same thing? You might be wondering, but just to kind of clarify a little bit further, a job is defined as a full or part-time position to earn basic needs and earn a living. It could be a short-term position with limited growth potential. It could also be a position that does not necessarily require special skills or training. So one of the biggest differences between a job and career is that a job could be a short-term position where you're earning money just to earn and make your basic needs met. Whereas a career is an opportunity to increase income as your skills grow. It's also a long-term goal with opportunities for advancement. It's also the total progression of the experience and knowledge gained in your working life. So those are some differences. And so that long-term professional journey is more of your career path that's throughout your lifespan. And you really determine your career path based on your passions. And you may require a certain level of skills or training and education involved. That career, like I said, lasts your entire life where you'll have several jobs under various employers within that career. And so that's really a great thing to think about and consider each job that you have and each job you encounter as a step forward, moving forward in your career path. And so us here as career development coaches throughout the US are here to really partner with you and better understand your needs and your long-term professional career goals. So that's a big difference between the two. And so getting right into Career Development 101, our topic for today, we're going to share a few things about it, and definitely something you can approach with your career development coach in your region, in your service area. Each of you has access to individuals who will support you throughout every aspect of your career development. And so just to kind of explain, career development consists of the short-term steps you can take to achieve your long-term professional goals and those career goals that you have. It's also an intentional approach to choosing a career, improving your skills, and advancing along your career path. Career development includes identifying and strengthening your natural talents and gaining the skills and education you need to achieve your career growth. So really, career development is the process of finding your footing in your professional life. And it's a process involving assessing where you're at now compared to where you want to be and where you want to grow and creating that plan to get there. So it's really career trajectory is that career development. And we're really here to help map that out for you as career coaches. And so moving right along, getting into what career coaching looks like. So I am one of your career development coaches here. So we have career development coaches throughout every region and every service area in Kaiser and Brent Hudnall Memorial Trust to support your career development. And so we partner with you in creating that partnership, building a relationship with you, and help you gain those opportunities to identify your strengths, your interests, and different areas for growth. Some of us might not know what our strengths and interests are, and we may not know what the next steps are or where to go moving forward in our career development, but that's where career coaching comes in. We also help create a solution-focused career map tailored to you. Everyone's at a different part in their career journey, and so we meet you where you're at, and we support you with unbiased, objective feedback. We also help reassess and help you evaluate your career and educational goals as needed, because it's really not a linear approach as some might think. When we get into college and we start, a degree program, we think, okay, this is going to be linear. This is the next steps I need to take. XYZ, is coming next. But really, it's about meeting you where you're at, reassessing and reevaluating your next steps. And so that could mean anything from a resume, if you're ready for the job search, or that could mean going back to the beginning in your career exploration and providing career assessments if needed. So there's a lot of areas we can partner with you in career coaching. And so really just reassessing, reevaluating is a big piece of it. And so we're here every step of the way for you. Now I'm going to get into the top 5 benefits of career coaching. There's many benefits, of course, to career coaching, but we're here just to provide those top 5, and you can certainly ask questions at the end and also in the chat if you do have any that comes to mind, feel free, and Megan will try to respond at the end too. We'll have more time. But we're so close to our career and our work that it can be hard to see the full value in our work experiences. So by working with a career development coach, you can really identify your value proposition, articulate why you would make a good hire, and stand out from your competition. So that's a big piece of career coaching, and that's really the partnership that we like to create with you. And so the first piece here, number one, as a career development coach here, we help recognize your value, your skill sets, and your abilities, and really helping you assess your current skills, where you're at now, and what you can bring to the table. And part of that is career assessments, as I mentioned. Part of that is understanding maybe those transferable skill sets that, sometimes we just do our job, we go to work, we don't think about the skills that we're earning and gaining every day, but we're gaining so many skills that could be so valuable in so many different career paths and industries. So just even if you're like looking at nursing, or if you're a current tech, or if you're like very linear in what your focus has been for several years, we're really here to help build your confidence and expand your knowledge in that value proposition, identifying your value as an individual, because you each have something really huge to bring to the table. And so some of us just might not be aware of what our skills are and what our abilities are. And so some of that might include career assessments. We're all here to support you in every aspect. And so just understanding, clarifying your strengths and interests is a big piece of that. So some of you may have heard of the Myers-Briggs, or some of you may have heard of the skill scan, understanding your transferable skills, and also the strong interest inventory, understanding your interests and how that connects to different career paths. Those are just a few of the career assessments we offer, and a few of the tools that we offer in building your confidence and recognizing your value as an individual as well. So many different ways in our career coaching conversation that we can support you there. The next piece really is supporting your building a career map. So in building a career map, we help map out your trajectory of your career, where you're at now versus where you're going, and visualizing where you want to be in your career within the next 5 years and beyond. So sometimes it's hard to see where we're at moving forward, or what does the future look like. Even sometimes it's hard to see what next month looks like when we're kind of in the weeds of our life right now. So really understanding the long-term career professional goals is a big part of what we do. And also a part of that is identifying potential skill and education gaps needed for those next steps. And so something I like to do with my clients is guided imagery. And this piece is helping visualize, getting a sense of where someone's real interests lie, and visualizing the next few steps or the next long-term career goals for someone. And understanding your passions might lie in an area that you may have not thought about. So it may be something that has just come to mind, and you're just curious, or it may be hobbies that you've had that you're just kind of curious about and how that can become a career. So that's a big piece of what we do in that career map and mapping out that trajectory. There's a lot of pieces to it, so we're really here to break it down further for you as your career development coach. And don't be afraid, really, like I mentioned, to reevaluate and reassess and maybe change the tasks on your to-do list or change your resume to build and increase your knowledge in certain areas and your leadership skills and abilities. Sometimes if you're like a leader of a UBT area or certain department head, you may not understand that, a lot of what you're building is leadership skills and a lot of skills that can be utilized in many different areas. So we're really here to help identify too those areas that could be potentially part of your career goals. And the next piece is also, as your career development coach, we work with you as your accountability partner. And part of that could be developing smart and focused goals. Some of you are familiar with SMART goals, and some of you may not be, but goal setting and SMART goal setting is really essential in the progress in your job search. So S stands for specific, M is for measurable, A is for achievable, R is for realistic, and T is for time-based. And so we can really break that down for you further in identifying your career goals and those next steps. And part of that's checking in with you. It's creating that benchmark system to keep you on track. It's helping identify resources and opportunities as well to assist you along the way. And so as a career development coach, my job is to help you identify where you're headed and create those benchmarks, really create you, be your accountability partner. And so I check in with my clients every so often to make sure that they're still on track, that they're meeting the goals that they kind of set out to meet, because sometimes we get so focused on what we're doing that it is tough to come back and rein ourselves back into where we were at. And sometimes, there's just different ways of doing that. And so as your accountability partner, that's where I am to really support you in that area. And we help you set those goals and tasks, and then keep you accountable. And then if you have a session scheduled already with your coach in a week, then you're more likely to complete those tasks. So that's a big piece of it. We want to check in with you. We want to support you, and we're here for you in any step of the way. We also want to identify the areas that make sense for you to move forward. And part of moving forward too in your career development could be preparing for a career shift and moving within your career. That could be anything from creating a competitive resume and LinkedIn profile, understanding that your resume looks different for different positions. And the LinkedIn profile also is important for your networking within and outside Kaiser as well. We also support you in mock interviewing and preparing you for various types of interviews and scenarios. And help you establish professional connections within Kaiser as well. We have the KP Mentoring website for you. We also support you in identifying the different mentors that could support you at Kaiser. And the business resource groups is another area that you may not be familiar with, but that's available to each of you as well as a Kaiser employee. And there's just so many ways we can help coach you in developing those next steps in every aspect of the job search. So whether that includes career shifts involving moving up at Kaiser or moving departments, switching roles, relocating as well, realigning your needs and interests with new career goals, or transferring to different service area, we're here to meet you where you're at. So that's a big piece of it, is understanding what those next steps in your career shift as well look like. And so, it just depends everywhere. Everyone's at a different place in their career. So we're just really here to support you there. The next piece, the last but not least, is challenging you to be the best version of yourself. So as a career development coach, this is an overall holistic view, of what we do. So we, as your partner, between you, the client, and myself, the coach, we build that relationship to promote transformational growth. We really want to have an authentic conversation with you and celebrate and learn from both wins and losses. That's also a big part of our career, because not everything's smooth sailing, and so we really want to celebrate from all of the things that we've done in the past and looking toward the future. So creating that partnership is super important. So we can meet with you as many times as you'd like. There's no limit to how many times we can meet as your career coach. That's up to you, but that's what we're here for. And so that authentic discussion is super important together, just making sure you feel supported. We ask various coaching questions just to challenge you to understand, more about yourself and more about your interests that maybe you just haven't thought about. And so that's a big piece about what we do. And then being your cheerleader is ultimately who we are. Meeting with us every step of the way, it's a big part. So regularly scheduling those check-ins with us and those appointments is a big part of it. So yeah, we're here every step of the way. All right, so next piece here, just kind of moving forward and telling you all what we offer at BHMT. We have basically everything you need in your career development. It's very unique what Kaiser offers and what BHMT offers. Very few companies actually offer what we offer. So like I mentioned, the coaching piece to clarify your career goals, that career development coaching, such as myself. We have also wonderful academic success coaches to support you in moving forward with your education, whether it be degrees, certifications, or digital badges in different areas of skill building. For example, we do offer LinkedIn Learning or continuing education courses through Elias. Some of those you can self-enroll. Some of those you do need a referral for. And so there's a big part of what we offer in that piece, and academic success coaches work alongside us and the client success team to really make sure you are getting what you need. And a lot of our programs also help provide no or low out-of-pocket costs. So we do offer up to $5,250 per calendar year, which is part of that $3,000 you get from KP's tuition reimbursement. But that financial assistance as well includes possible individual stipend program to support you with paid wage replacement, that time off, to give you that time to study or take classes. We also offer tuition assistance programs that helps with partnering and in conjunction with your tuition reimbursement from Kaiser to get reimbursed faster, and then various areas we can support you even if you pursue an outside degree or certification program. So really, we're here to clarify those career goals with you, and that includes myself and others in our client success team throughout the US. And just make sure you're aware of who your team is. So your career development coach and your academic success coach. There's someone every step of the way there for you. And so, I'm going to go ahead to the next slide and share the QR codes available to help you understand how to get started as well. And yeah, there's more information on our website. So go ahead and take a look now. I'm going to leave this up for a couple minutes as I explain them. Feel free to take a screenshot, or you can come back to this later when the recording comes up. The first QR code to the left for all of the eligible employees, this is where you can discover our BHMT programs and services. So I mentioned a few of our partner schools, degree programs, certification programs that we offer. We offer degrees anywhere from associates to doctoral programs, and we offer stacking type of programs as well. You can stack on from one degree to the next. And so really here you can find programs and services that match your career goals. You can register on the website for programs that qualify for self-enrollment, for example, that LinkedIn Learning, the undergraduate certificates or CEs. And then the next one here, the next QR code in the middle is where you can meet with your career development coach. You can find, when you click on this, you'll be able to register with our career development coaches, and they will help you support you in, like as I mentioned, the career coaching areas. And that includes the individual stipend, for example, tuition assistance program, degree completion, and so on and so forth, because there are several areas that you will need a referral to meet with an academic success coach to move forward with some of our degree programs. And so really just discussing your goals with your CDC, your career development coach, and exploring those options is a great way to move forward. And then the next piece here is exploring your programs of interest together with your coach. And after meeting with the CDC and ensuring you meet the qualifications to apply, you'll be able to complete the enrollment process. So definitely take a screenshot if you can of these QR codes. It'll be helpful to come back to at a later time. Also, our BHMT portal, the mybhmt.org, you can directly visit. This is a QR code to access it as well. You need your NUID to create a password to enter the site. This is where you would upload any pertinent documents to create your individual stipend program application, to also find your career development coach, and it's basically your portal to access all of our services, programs, and information, and to access our coaches. So it's a really great resource. I definitely recommend that you save that QR code as well. You can access that on our website as well, bhmt.org, or you can just visit mybhmt.org and visit this QR code. So on there, we do recommend that your first time visiting, if you haven't visited before, you'll need to register. There is a couple forms for you to fill out. There is a career profile at the very top of the page, and there's also a general interest form, just so we can get a sense of where you're at and what your career development goals are.